Happy children, laughing and playing. Isn't that what we all want for our families? But for thousands of children in Tampa Bay, the laughter and fun are harder to come by. Many families are facing a multitude of challenges: hunger, homelessness, unemployment, domestic abuse, and the list goes on and on. Through all of that, our children deserve better. And while our government is doing all that it can, the laughter and fun seem out of reach. For more than 15,000 of our neighbors, UMCM Suncoast is filling the need of many of our lost and forgotten. For the hungry, there's Pack-a-Sack for Kids, the Doug Brown Street Ministry, and food pantries scattered throughout the 5 counties that we serve. For the homeless, or families struggling to keep a roof over their heads, it's family support and volunteers filling ditty bags. UMCM Suncoast can clear the path to citizenship, teach English literacy, and help both adults and children to a better future through education. And for UMCM Executive Director Pam Qualls, education is the key to change.
Education is the backbone of the programs at UMCM Suncoast. That's because we know that while we can provide emergency services, and sometimes we need to people who are struggling with housing, or they're about to be evicted, or they're struggling because they don't have enough funds to keep the family going, and so food support helps them to make ends meet in a way that they couldn't without that support. We know that in the long run, the best way to leave poverty behind is to become educated. So in every way, education is the piece that will take a life and transform it into something new.
This is Mariana Santos, the young mother of 2 small girls. She knows what a difference education can make. Her oldest will be going to kindergarten next school year. Is she ready?
I feel like she's ready. She's in VPK now, and I feel like she's ready for kindergarten. She communicates, she does her homework, she doesn't say like, no, I don't want to do this. She loves it, and she loves it here at school. And my daughter too, my 2-year-old also. She's ready for the 3s and learning her numbers, her ABCs, and coloring.
Mariana is also volunteering at the school. UMCM provides opportunities for families to develop skills alongside their children. But it takes more than education. And as Pam Qualls tells us, UMCM Suncoast is focused on more, much more.
One of the things that's unique about UMCM Suncoast to me is the way that we look at the whole person or the whole family. We look at them not just from basic needs, not just from knowledge needs that they might have, but also from the emotional needs, the spiritual needs, the desire to be included, the desire to be a part of the community.
For many, becoming a United States citizen is the key. Johanna Chavez is reaching for that goal right now.
Because I live here for a long time, so I feel like United States is my country now,
Johanna came from Mexico for a better chance at life, but she knows the test isn't easy. In fact, many people born in the United States would have trouble passing it on the first try. Helping her along the way is another immigrant who came to this country 17 years ago. She's on the staff at Suncoast Citizenship.
When you become a citizen, you have a feeling that you belong to this country 100% now, so it's just nice feeling, so, yeah.
But as Pam Qualls tells us, many who come to UMCM Suncoast need help to just pay the bills before pursuing other goals.
The things that can be crushing about poverty can be more the lack of belonging and the lack of feeling as though you are valued, as much as it is the lack of funding.
And that's where Michael Pino steps in. He is the manager of the Direct Assistance Programs, and in most cases, it's about a housing crisis.
A basic need, Everybody needs to have a roof over their heads. And the streets, when you don't have that, are a scary place, You know, we've had clients that just because of the circumstances have had to spend nights out on the streets, and that's it's to say it's daunting is probably not even a strong enough word for them, because you know, when you're not even sure where you're going to lay down at night, that's a pretty heavy burden on your shoulders.
Just hours before she would have to leave her home with her 2-year-old, Erica Schwarzkopf walked in and asked for help.
I received rental assistance for 2 months, and it was very, very helpful. Really, this has just been a life-changing experience to be able to be here and help out.
And that's the goal at UMCM Suncoast, providing hope and a future. And here, they do things a little differently.
And so we look at the whole picture. When we have someone come in, for instance, looking for housing funds, it's incredibly important to us that we treat that person with dignity. Some centers, you walk in, you take a number, you sit down, you wait a couple hours. We set appointments, and we make sure that when someone walks in the door, they're greeted and they're immediately given instruction, and within 15 minutes they're into their appointment and they are being cared for, and they're asked, what else do you need? How else can we help you? They may not be ready to tell us that answer yet, but they're asked, and they know, and sometimes do come back to us later. They know they can. They come back to us later and say, is that offer still open to help me with other things? And at that point, they'll open up to us and be ready for that.
And because of you, UMCM is always ready. Over 3,000 volunteers, 70 loving, dedicated staff members, all making a difference in the lives of our neighbors. Get involved. Give of your time and your resources. We promise you'll be glad you did.